It's a cold spring evening in rural Bavaria, March 1922. A small farm sits alone at the edge of dark woods. The place is called Hinterkaifeck, far from the nearest village. 6 people live and work on this quiet patch of land. Andreas Gruber owns the farm and rules it harshly. His wife Kazilia keeps the cramped, smoke-stained house. Their widowed daughter Victoria works beside them daily. Victoria has 2 children, Kazilia, 7, and little Joseph. A new maid, Maria Baumgartner, has just arrived that day. She will not survive her first night on the farm. For days, strange things have been happening here. Days earlier, Andreas finds footprints in the fresh snow. The tracks lead straight from the forest to the house. But there are no footprints leading back away again. Someone walked to the farm and simply never left. Andreas searches the yard but finds no one at all. He hears footsteps in the attic above his bedroom. Late at night, boards creak under unseen weight. He climbs the ladder with a lamp but finds nothing. Only dust, old tools, and the smell of cold straw. Then the house key vanishes from its usual hook. It is never found again, no matter how they look. A newspaper appears that nobody in the house bought. Scratch marks scar the wood around the attic door. Andreas tells neighbors, but no one quite believes him. He never thinks to leave his own land for safety. That decision will doom every soul under his roof. On the evening of March 31st, night falls early. Inside the barn, the cattle shift in their stalls. Out in the dark, something is patiently waiting. One by one, the family is lured toward the barn. Perhaps a noise outside draws them into the cold. There, the killer is waiting with a heavy mattock. The mattock is a pickaxe used to break hard soil. Its iron head can crush bone with a single blow. Andreas is struck down first inside the barn. Then Kazilia, his wife, falls beside him in the dark. Victoria is killed next, her body left in the straw. Little Kazilia, only 7, is taken to the barn too. The bodies are stacked carefully under a pile of hay. 4 are dead, but 2 still remain in the house. Inside, baby Joseph sleeps in his small wooden cot. The new maid Maria lies resting in her room. The killer walks calmly back into the silent house. He moves through the rooms as if he belongs there. He finds the infant and ends his short life too. Maria, the maid, is killed in her bed where she slept. All 6 people on the farm are now dead. But the killer does not run away into the night. Instead, something far stranger begins to happen. The murderer stays on the farm for several days. Smoke is seen rising from the kitchen chimney. Neighbors notice the smoke but think nothing of it. Someone feeds the cattle so they do not starve. Someone eats meals from the dead family's kitchen. The dog is fed and kept alive in the yard. A killer is living quietly among the people he slew. For days, the corpses lie hidden under the hay. Meanwhile, life on the farm seems strangely normal. On April 1st, little Kazilia misses school entirely. Her teacher notices, but raises no real alarm. On Sunday, the family fails to appear at church. The devout Grubers have never missed a mass before. The postman leaves mail that piles up untouched. A traveling mechanic finds the gate strangely shut. Worry finally spreads through the nearby village. On April 4th, 4 neighbors walk to the farm. They call out, but only the animals answer them. The farm is far too quiet for a working day. They push open the heavy door of the cattle barn. At first, they see only the great mound of hay. Then, a stiff human hand juts out from the straw. Beneath the hay lie 4 crushed, broken bodies. Andreas, Kazilia, Victoria, and the little girl. Their skulls are shattered by tremendous force. The neighbors flee the barn in pure horror. Inside the house, 2 more victims are found. The maid in her bed and the baby in his cot. Word races to the police in nearby Schrobenhausen. Investigators arrive at the farm later that day. What they discover only deepens the dark mystery. The killer is long gone, but signs of him remain. Beds have been slept in after the family died. Food in the pantry has been recently eaten. The animals are healthy, fed for days on end. Whoever did this lived calmly beside the dead. The autopsy is performed right there on the farm. Each victim died from blows of a heavy mattock. The wounds match a single, brutal farm tool. The murder weapon is found discarded inside the house. It had been wiped, then left behind without concern. The careful killer felt no need to take it away. Disturbingly, the little girl did not die at once. She had torn out her own hair in her final hours. She lay wounded in the dark barn, slowly dying. The investigators questioned the frightened villagers. Strange clues had been noticed in the days before. Footprints in the snow that led in but not out. Footsteps in the attic that no one could explain. A missing house key and a paper no one bought. The killer may have hidden in that attic for days. Watching the family, waiting, learning their habits, living above their heads as they slept below. Police suspect robbery, but money is left behind. Cash and gold sit untouched throughout the house. Whatever the motive, it was not simple theft. Suspicion turns toward the family's own dark history. Andreas Gruber was a cruel and hated man. Rumors said he abused his daughter Victoria. Little Josef may have been Andreas's own son. Victoria's late husband had died years before. Some wondered if he had truly died at all. A jealous former suitor became a leading suspect. Neighbors and relatives all fell under suspicion. More than 100 people were questioned in time. Detectives chased leads across Bavaria for years. Each promising trail dissolved into rumor and dead ends. Yet no killer was ever charged for the crime. The farmhouse itself was searched again and again. Bloodstains were scrubbed, evidence already cold. In a grim choice, the victims' heads were removed. Their skulls were sent away to clairvoyants in Munich. Mystics claimed they could read the final images. They hoped a vision might reveal the killer's face. The skulls revealed nothing and were later lost. In the chaos of war, they vanished forever. The bodies were buried without their own heads. The farmhouse stood empty and feared for months. People said they could not sleep within its walls. In 1923, the cursed building was torn down. Workers demolished it beam by haunted beam. Hidden in the rubble, they found one last horror. A mattock was buried deep within the attic debris. It may have been the very weapon that killed them. A small shrine now marks where the farm once stood. Today, only an empty field remains at the site. The forest still stands at the edge of the clearing, the same woods the footprints came from long ago. In 2007, students reopened the cold, old case. They named a likely suspect using fresh analysis. But out of respect, they never revealed it. To protect living descendants, the name stays hidden. So the killer of Hinterkaifeck is never named. 6 people died, and no one ever paid for it. The crime remains unsolved over a century later. For generations, the case has haunted the whole region. Writers and detectives still argue over the few clues. Was it a stranger? Or someone the family knew well? Did the killer hide in the attic? Or in the woods? Every theory collapses against the same cold silence. We will never know who walked in from the woods. We will never know why he stayed to feed the cows. Somewhere, the answer died with the last witness. The footprints led into the farm, but never out. And whoever made them was never seen leaving. Hinterkaifeck is gone, but the silence still remains.